Our reading today is in Matthew chapter 11, the Gospel of St. Matthew chapter 11, the 28th verse. And it reads, "Come unto me, all ye who labor. Come unto me, all ye who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And I will give you rest. "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me," he says, "for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you," he says, "shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." My yoke is easy and my burden is light. Today I want to talk about a very important aspect of faith. Okay, and for those of you who have been following from the time we went into this season, the Lord very clearly impressed it on my heart that this season, more than ever before, stir the hearts of people into the place of faith they must be, because after this season, a lot is going to happen, but many people who are aligned into the spirit of faith are going to see harvests, redemptions, glories, graces like they have never seen before all their lives. In every season of casting down, there's always a rising up of the children of God. And so it's expedient in this hour to position ourselves, to know what is expected of us and to do what must be done in this period. Because I feel more than ever before, opportunity, the power of influence is on the door. And many things after this season are going to position our voices, many of us, our careers, the works of our hands, our revelations, our visions, our gifts, our talents, our callings are going to be positioned in a light that is so bright and undeniable. And I feel that after this season, many people are going to come out with a certain grace that is going to attract things that you could not have attracted in your normal, predictable life for the next 20 or 40 years, or even of your own life existence. I feel that this season is going to surprise many. Already, people have been sending me text messages of things that are happening in this period. Recently, I received a text message of somebody who got one of the biggest business deals of their lifetime in this period. I see that God is positioning us, and I'm excited for what He's doing. So my instruction to you, as was received by God, is that we have to position ourselves in faith, build ourselves. And so all through, you're going to see me touch different facets of faith. Okay, and tonight I want to touch a very important aspect of our faith. It follows through some of the counseling sessions that I've had with people. And some ask questions, okay? And in some of those, every time I'm trying to answer a different aspect of why our faith is not working, because I've constantly had questions from people whose faith has not worked. And they call it faith has not worked. And so I felt in my heart that I would carry on a line of teaching different aspects of faith all through in this season that sort of help us have a completion in understanding, a perfection, if you may say, in our interpretation of faith. Okay, and one of the aspects that I see that completes faith, and many people have failed to exercise themselves in the same, is rest. But tonight I want to. I've taught about rest before, but tonight I want to give you another light of it. Usually it's what the apostolic does. It continues shedding light and delving men deeper into the aspects and the fundamentals of the faith. But tonight I want to give you another eye of understanding when it comes to the rest of the Spirit. Now when we read from Matthew 11, when Jesus speaks addressing particularly to people who are laboring a lot, people who are heavy laden in this walk, and He's saying, "Come so I may give you rest. Come so I may firstly give you rest." Because He says, "My yoke is easy and my burden is light. Learn of me. Learn of me. There's a meekness and lowliness in my heart. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. Salvation is supposed to be easy. Our faith is supposed to be a light burden. Okay? I have been in places where I've had people say, from the time I got born again, everything started to go down. And so they go for counseling and they ask their man of God, why are things going so west? Then the man of God say, when you get born again, Satan, of course, attacks those who are not his. And so because Satan attacks those who are not his, you're in a period, that you're being attacked and attacked and attacked and attacked because you don't belong to the devil. But I belong to God now. I belong to God now. I say I belong to God now. And I think in my heart that if I belong to God now, then suffering should not be as much as it was when I was in the world. All right? But I've had people who say, from the time I got born again, my finances hit shipwreck. It's not that your salvation brought that. It's because you entered a field and you have not been taught how to play by its rules. You entered a game and you do not know how to play by its rules. That's all. But if you're taught how to play by the rules, if you're taught how to play by the book, salvation is one of the easiest lives to live. It's one of the greatest experiences to live. And our life of faith cannot be completed without the aspect of rest. We must know how to live in rest. Because I've seen people who say they're exercising faith, but with a very anxious attitude. They say they are living and walking the life of faith, but with a very restless attitude, with a very anxious life, with a very unstable living. Okay, but they say that they are believing God. And so, but tonight I want to show you what rest does. What rest does. The power of rest. I wish people understand that your faith, and I want you to note that, cannot be complete without rest. Your faith cannot be complete without the application of rest. You must know how to rest. You must know how to find rest. Jesus is trying to help men here in Matthew 11:28 to find rest. He says, and ye shall find rest. I will give you rest. He intends to give you rest because he knows what rest will do in your life. Rest is a must for every believer. In fact, if we get into the realm of human life, okay, even scientists will tell you that a man needs rest to move to the next day. You need rest to function. You need rest to refill and rejuvenate and realign.